What up, y'all? It's your boy Big Quint, back in here. 14 is over, 2015 is on its way, and it's time for me to give y'all my top 10 of this year, 2014, best projects. To me, this is completely biased and subjective, so if you don't like it, please in the comment section, put your own list. Let me know what your top 10 was of this year. I would really like to hear it. I got a special guest, y'all. Special guest, hailing from
San Jose, California.
Oh, hell yeah. San Jose, man. And from Cali, man, Neil Valentine.
What's going on, everybody? Quentin followers, how we doing?
Yeah, man, Neil's been, day one with me, man. So he has great taste of music. We have similar tastes, and we've been talking a lot. So we wanted to give y'all both of our separate lists, top 10s of this year. They may have some, resemblances and of course some differences, and that's the beauty of this whole thing. So I want you, Neil, since you are my guest, I want you to go first. Give us your top 10, all right? And let's talk about it, man. Let's see what's going on. There's a lot of good music this year, man. A lot of good music.
Definitely. I mean, there was a couple of gems that were dropped in 2014. I definitely kept a sharp eye on what was hot. And,
oh, yeah.
And wanted to make sure that I highlight the best projects through and through.
Absolutely.
Albums that you definitely listen to from front to back.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
To basically start this thing off, I think the first one I would like to highlight the Schoolboy Q's album.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Absolutely, man. Schoolboy, man, had this project was hot, man. I mean, it's been getting a lot of radio play as well, and he's been dropping some dope singles, man. Studio was one of my favorites out of that whole entire thing, but he had a lot of introspective stuff going on in this album that I thought was really cool.
I think I was very late on the bandwagon when it came to Schoolboy. I definitely was riding with TDE, the whole camp in general.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I respect what's coming out of their camp as I'm blatantly.
Oh yeah.
I think Schoolboy though, I only knew him just for like his verses, his features, not so much for a full body of work.
Absolutely.
I was just like,
oh yeah.
I don't know, like just something about him as an artist didn't grab me, and then everyone just kept making all this hubbub about oxymoron. It's so great.
Oh yeah, it was definitely hyped up. Oh yeah, it was hyped up to the pinnacle, and it wasn't a bad thing. I don't think it played against him. Honestly, I think he held his own for his project. I think it was good for what it was worth. Honestly, I guess I'd give that an honorable mention for me. Absolutely.
But I do want to mention though that his album, it took some growing before I finally
absolutely
really started to appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't an album that I could jump right in and be like, wow, this is amazing.
Oh yes, I could definitely understand that, especially towards the end of the album. It was just like, oh man, it was some different shit. Like especially coming from Schoolboy Q, he had a song with SZA on there that was really dope. That I really kept playing over and over again.
Yeah, definitely with it really reminded me of 90s West Coast.
Yeah.
Music.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All the stuff Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
Absolutely.
And all that,
absolutely.
90s,
yeah.
I think he really complemented that whole sound because we haven't heard that West Coast sound.
Yeah, long time. Oh yeah. So what's your number 9?
My number 9 would have to be Jhené Aiko's Sold Out album.
Absolutely. I'm glad that's on your list. I love her style, honestly. I feel that, it's like in all of her projects, it's something that you can honestly chill to. You can chill, you can vibe out to, and just really kind of get lost in it, really, for me.
Yeah, true. Like, I just kind of feel like her album, like, she's been slowly becoming a bigger buzz. Like, even though she's been around, like...
forever.
I know.
Yeah, forever.
Like, she's been just now latching.
Absolutely. Man, I love that woman, man. Her album was awesome. Her album was definitely awesome.
And Pressure has to be one of my favorite songs.
Yeah. You know what I really liked? I liked Limbo. I liked her intro to the album. I thought that was really dope and really set the tone to the album. And it really didn't slow down for me throughout. I played the whole entire thing all the way through. I thought it was an excellent album. And I felt that it didn't really get as much praise as it should have, honestly. It was a really good album.
Definitely so. And I think the Sail Out EP,
yeah,
the project she dropped for this,
yes, it did,
was definitely a great introduction into what fans could expect from the album.
Oh yeah. Comfort In was one of my favorites from that EP. That was incredible. I mean, I think she freestyled that entire thing too, which is really dope. I thought that was really cool as an artist. As an artist, it's really it's respectable. You know what I'm saying? Not many artists can actually do that and do it that well.
Yeah. Definitely a great project.
So, what's your number 8?
We have Teyana Taylor's VII.
Really? Now, I don't really know much about Teyana Taylor. I've heard about her. I haven't listened to any of her music much. So, tell me a little bit about her.
Well, basically, Teyana Taylor has been out for a little while. She used to be signed to for Star Trek label back in.
That's why I heard. Okay, that's why I heard it from her. Okay, yeah.
2000 and I want to say 4 or 5. She was signed. She was a teenager then.
Oh shit.
She had one song that Pharrell put out. It got some shine, but just quickly faded. And no one really knew of anything from her. She was kind of in limbo musically.
Yeah.
For a while. Until Kanye set her up.
Okay.
On the music. I must have been 6 years later. And then she just started doing features on, I think she was on the Cruel Summer album.
Yes, that's okay. Yeah, that's where I remember from. Okay, alright. I remember that now.
So I got a couple of features. And then I think she did some stuff with Chris Brown. And what else did she do? And then she put out a mixtape, which was not bad, actually. I can't remember what the mixtape was called, but the mixtape was actually not bad. She did a little rapping and singing and had kind of the same production style as Jhené Aiko, very loopy, kind of dark kind of production on that. And then she was still trying to put out an album and it just kind of got delayed.
Oh, wow.
And then we have the debut album.
Oh, that's what's up. So how do you think about it? How do you feel about it?
In terms of production, I feel as though it's the same kind of ambient, dark, moody, kind of production style like Drake was on. Weeknd would probably be on. Jhené Aiko for sure would be on. I think actually, her project reminds me a lot of Cassie's mixtape.
Really?
That everyone was getting excited about.
Yeah.
That same type of vibe, and her vocals sit very well on that type of production.
That's great. All right. Well, what's your number 7?
My number 7 is Tinashe's Aquarius.
Oh man, see, Tinashe caught my eye a couple of years ago. She had a mixtape out. It was called Before We Die or Until We Die, I think. But she had one track on there called Boss that I really liked. Just really, dark and kind of sexy in a way. I really liked how she presented herself on that. And as a whole, the mixtape itself was, it was kind of off and on for me, but towards the end was really good. And it was actually quite different in how, in her production, because she does her own beats as well, which kind of, shocked me. And she did a damn good job. She does a damn good job with her shit. So how was Aquarius? Because I actually wanted to listen to that.
Aquarius was a complete, utter, incredible project in terms of sound. Her voice, blew me away. How consistent the album was.
Oh, wow.
She kept the features light, which was good.
I love that. Yeah, there's a lot of artists that have been doing that this year. I actually enjoy that. Yeah.
Keeping the features light, sticking to her own lane. There's a guitar solo on one of the songs that just ends the song so beautifully. She opens the album powerfully. She basically takes you through this journey.
That's dope.
And
that's dope.
In terms of sound, sonically, she grabs your neck and pulls you into her album and basically says listen to my album. That's how I felt all the way through. I didn't even have to hit the skip button.
Nice.
I literally just let the album flow.
Yep.
And beautiful.
Yeah, I definitely will be checking that out very soon. So what's your 6?
My number 6 is Logic's Under Pressure.
Absolutely. Logic is that dude,
I know
man.
you did a reaction
Absolutely. Logic, man, he did a damn good job, man. I listened to all his other projects, and leading up to this, I felt that it was cool. I gave it a couple more listens, man, and some things changed for me, some things stayed exactly the same, and I love that about Logic. Logic, he comes off in the beginning, and some people may come off as it being a tad bit corny and not as authentic. That's how he opened it up, but I felt that it was just okay. It was just an artistic touch, and it was cool, and I could understand if somebody would not to like that. But as far as the entire album as a whole and how it was put together, I thought that Logic did a great job, telling his story in the entire album. I thought it was awesome album, and definitely, I could understand if it was on anybody's top 10 list, honestly. So what did you like?
In terms of the album, I dig it, but the one thing that took me kind of out of the album was the fact that it sounds too Kendrick Lamar.
Yes, absolutely, and that's understandable because it's heavily influenced by Kendrick Lamar, heavily. I felt like in some of his flow, he also resembled Kendrick Lamar as far as how the whole album was structured. It can kind of resemble in a way a Good Kid, Mad City. It can, but as far as the album is concerned, I felt that that can be a downside, but then it could be also an upside according to the person. And I felt that that is definitely a valid understanding. Maybe a minor setback for some people, but for me it was it was what it is. I dig Kendrick Lamar, everybody knows that, and I like how Logic did his thing on this album. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely overall, production-wise, raps-wise, that was cool though. And I think the two gripes, like I said, I have with the album, one, it sounded too Kendrick, and then also was the little computerized skits in between the songs.
Yeah, they kind of seem out of place and unnecessary.
It seemed out of place.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like it was distracting.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like it was kind of just throwing out information that was not really useful in a sense, for me at least. It was like I kind of understood it at first, and then I gave it a couple more listens. Of course, I'm like, I could do without that. I could have done it without it, honestly. And I can understand that too. Yeah, I get it, but it's like, okay, artistically you could do that. That's fine. That's what you do. But me, I could have done without without the computerized, outro skits and voices, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, but other than that, I still feel that dude has one of the dopest tracks of the year. With Game Related is one of the dopest tracks of this year for me. Like, if I had a top 10 tracks, it would probably be on there. I think he killed that. He killed that perfect.
Oh yeah, Logic definitely is coming into his own. He definitely has that standard for himself. I just think that in 2015, he's able to really solidify himself.
Absolutely.
And we are on 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
Man,
man,
let me tell you something. Coming from a person, like I said on my reaction, coming from a person who really didn't feel J. Cole like that. You know what I'm saying? I felt like J. Cole as a producer was dope. I felt that, he is great when it comes to making music, but as far as him rapping, he came off as so watered down for me. That was then, you know what I'm saying? That was back in his other projects. Right now, in 2014 Forest Hills Drive, oh my God. That changed the way I feel about this dude. Completely. Like, how he opened up the album grabbed my attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, how he did it was completely, I don't want to say completely different, but he upped his game in this. He upped his game. He upped his delivery. His subject matter was just, it was honest as shit, and that's what I could relate to, as far as his struggle and everything. I thought that was really cool how he did this album, man, and how he closed it off and everything was just, it was dope. It was really dope.
Yes, yeah. I feel also with J. Cole, he's been a very up and down artist.
Absolutely.
Mixtape Game, I listened to Warm Up, I listened to Come Up, I listened to Cold World Sideline Story, Friday Night Lights, and Born Sinner. And I just felt like, in terms of consistency, his mixtapes were dope.
Yeah.
I feel like
he
tried so hard to translate his formula from mixtapes to albums. And
Yeah.
it didn't quite make it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I felt like something, I don't know if it was melody or lyrics or what the case may be, but you listen to Friday Night Lights, and amazing mixtape. Could have been an album if you wanted to make it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he did a great job actually on that one. You know, he still had that type of watered downness for me personally, but that was one of his better projects as well. I'd actually have to honestly say that was one of his better projects. But I think with Born Sinner, he was just going for that mainstream sound, and it wasn't working for me personally. It just wasn't working.
Really, I felt like he was trying to find a pocket.
Yeah.
That commercially that he could sit.
Yeah.
And he was putting out singles, but at the same time, it didn't feel organic. Yes, he had the production, but he didn't have that commercial appeal that, like, say, like a Drake has.
Yeah,
or
exactly. Absolutely.
Or a Wale or something like that.
Absolutely.
But I think with this album, he realized it. Like, with my past work, I was pushing it down you guys' throat. I was trying to make a commercial signal, but it didn't hit as well as I wanted it to.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna release singles. I'm not gonna release videos. I'm just gonna put an album out, and it worked.
Yeah, and I actually like that artists are doing that now. I mean, the one that did the best, of course, was Beyonce this year, but I feel that you know, I feel that artists need to start doing that more, start having more faith in their fans. You know, it's kind of a hard thing to do because, you know, fans, you know, they're fickle. You know what I'm saying? They like one thing 1 minute and then hate it the next minute. And that's understandable as far as, you know, the artist trying to, you know, to make a living off of this. But as far as how J. Cole did this, I think he did this perfectly. No commercial, barely a single. I think he had, he brought out Apparently. And, you know, dropped that after the fact, after the album dropped. So that, I like how he did that. And I feel that, you know, I didn't know what to expect from the album. You know, people just tell me, oh, you need to listen to this. I'm thinking, another J. Cole album, shit. You know, and I was completely blown away. I felt that J. Cole did a damn good job. Tale of Two Cities, I cannot stop playing that shit. I can't stop playing it because it's just, it's so menacing and it's so real. You know, and I felt that it was really catchy as far as, you know, the hooks are concerned too. And I felt that he did a damn good job. You know. So, definitely, man. Shout out to J. Cole, man. He did that shit. Yeah, he did that shit. All right, so what's your next one on your list?
We have, so this artist, I want to say she's been around for about a year. Her name is Ellie Ingram.
Ellie Ingram.
She's from the
UK. Yeah, I think I might have heard of her. Yeah, that rings a bell.
And, very, very soulful sound. You hear her, you're automatically, and it's I guess it can be good and bad, but her sound is very much Adele.
Oh, okay. Awesome. That's awesome. I love Adele. Hell yeah.
I mean, she's a great artist, but I think that her being compared to Adele sonically can be good and bad.
Okay.
Good in the terms of her music is honest. Bad in the terms of her finding her own identity.
Yeah, that always hurts. That always hurts an artist, man. So it's not more so of just being influenced by Adele, but also possibly sounding like her in a sense.
Like too much.
Too much? Okay. But as far as the project is concerned, like, how did that hold up?
She released a 5-song EP called The Doghouse. She had a mixtape out a year before the album, the EP came out. Great mixtape. The EP basically was an extension of the mixtape.
Absolutely.
And she has a very kind of, I want to say, dark, moody, like relationship, kind of like how Adele's 21 album sounds.
Oh, love that album. Yeah, that was a good album. Yeah, I feel what you're talking about. Absolutely, that was dope.
I guess you could say she essentially made like the little sister album.
Yeah.
Of 21.
Awesome. That's good. I'm not mad at that. I wouldn't be mad at that. I have to check that out.
We have Goldlink, the God Complex.
God Complex. Okay. Tell me something about this one.
This guy, he hails from DC. There's not much known. He's basically following the footsteps of marketing that The Weeknd did, where you don't know anything about this guy.
Absolutely. So the mysterious, route.
Mysterious. You don't see him. He doesn't do interviews really. Like, he's basically following the same footsteps. But he just dropped this out of nowhere on the God Complex, and the sound of it is, I can't even describe it, because it's like a gumbo of like EDM with like rap and like R&B with like a little bit of rock, and just like thrown together.
Holy shit, that's a hell of a fusion. Shit. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a crash course of all these genres in one project.
Oh wow.
And it's like a hype album.
Hell yeah. And
it has like these weird samples of like weird voices and like voiceover in between the songs, and just kind of like you're grooving to it, and then it's just like you hear like this weird voice, and you're like, okay, I guess, and then you just still jam.
That's crazy.
It's different.
That's crazy. I gotta check that one out, man. That sounds incredible. Incredible.
But it's definitely not commercially.
Oh, absolutely not. That already doesn't sound like commercial. Yeah, absolutely.
We have Majid. I'm probably destroying this name, but Majid Jordans.
Oh, Majid Jordans? Yeah, Majid Jordan is the shit. Absolutely. I love that album. Absolutely.
Oh,
absolutely.
So nostalgic.
Yeah, it is. It's actually.
I felt like I was 1993 again.
I'm telling you. I love how he does his sound, man. I love it so much. What was the single that he dropped for it? Was it Place Like This? Yeah, it was Place Like This.
Yes.
Man, I played that damn song for at least 3 months straight. It gets better and better. The sub bass in it is what kills me every time. Like, it's just so well put together. And his voice, it accents the entire beat. It's perfect. It's a really good song. I love it lyrically as well too. That's one of my favorite projects. Absolutely.
My favorite one I've been playing constantly is Her.
Yes, that is a great one. That is a good one too. That is an excellent fucking song. I mean, I have no problems.
Oh my God. I give up for Drake for having the
I'm telling you, man, for putting him on like that, man, I applaud him. I applaud Drake for that one. Absolutely.
Such a good ear.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Man, EP, to be able to like take you back to the time period and do it so well.
Oh yeah. What I like about him so much is that he's dropped 2 projects that I've heard so far, and they've been short but so sweet that it's like you just have to do nothing but replay it again. And it's like I've been replaying this music, even with his self-titled. Was it self-titled? No, it was After Hours EP. After Hours EP.
Yeah, After Hours.
I've been playing that since it dropped, and I haven't stopped. It's just been that damn good, And it's just me and my boys always play that. It's incredible. He's an incredible artist, and I feel that.
I just wish it was a little bit longer.
Yeah, of course. I mean, but it's like, in a sense, I'm happy with what he gave me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still happy with it. More would always be better. More would always be better in a situation, but I'm not mad at Majid Jordan for this, man. He did a damn good job on that project. Yeah, absolutely. But
and I have an honorable mention and my list.
Yep.
And this goes to artist John Bellion. The Definition. This is his 3rd project.
Yeah.
Released this in early September. He is a songwriter. He's mostly known for writing the hook to Eminem's and Rihanna's The Monster.
Oh, okay, awesome.
Hook.
Okay. I gotta check him out.
This project definitely overall shows some great growth. Great artist in terms of production and using unique sounds. He's very different. I see that he's been really putting in the groundwork to show everybody that I'm not just a songwriter, that I can sing, I can rap, I can produce. He's very positive with his music. There's no any kind of like I can play music pretty much around everybody. Very open and friendly in that sense. In society, he tells a lot of stories. And it's just overall interesting. Definition is a great third project.
Nice.
I listened to this one a little bit more in depth than I did the previous two projects. I mean, not to knock his first two.
Yeah.
His first two were great, but the third one, I think he really came into his own as an artist.
Cool. Sounds good. All right, so it's my turn?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Shit. Well, let's get straight to it. My top 10, starting at 10, Sold Out, Jhené Aiko. Absolutely incredible project. I swear I wish I'd have done a reaction to this. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I can't say sorry enough. This album, from beginning to end, was really dope. Wasn't too much different from Jhené Aiko's, character and what she, puts out normally, but still an incredible album. It is definitely, worth a listen. If in fact, people are fans of Jhené Aiko, and if they're not, they should definitely check this out. Absolutely. Oh, number 9. Oh, D'Angelo's back. Black Messiah was one of my favorites of this year for the simple fact that it kind of reminded me of Voodoo in a sense, just really little bit, but it's still, added to, his own character, and with the collaboration of Vanguard was incredible. They did a damn good job working together and producing a great sound, and producing a sound that, people are also used to, and also adding some different flavor to and different flair. Really worth the listen, and definitely worth the 14-year wait, especially.
Just to kind of add on to that album specifically, I felt like D'Angelo kind of, even with the amount of time he kept us waiting, I felt he was kind of a little too late musically with what is out now and the sound that is out.
Oh yeah, this is
he's a great artist.
Oh yeah.
I believe in his musicianship and everything. I felt sonically he is original, but I felt like he kind of missed the boat because of what is out now and how.
Oh god, this is not good. Let me just be clear. This is not for everyone. This is definitely for people who've been waiting. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't been waiting for this stuff, man, it's gonna be way over your head. And especially as far as what the sound is today, it doesn't play to it. It is definitely like some old neo soul funk type shit, and it's very well put together, and it's D'Angelo. It's something that, us as fans of D'Angelo, or people who are fans of, funk and neo soul, have been waiting for. And this is not, the end all be all. I've been waiting for it for 14 years, so, I definitely, I'd eat this up any day. J. Cole, 2014's Forest Hill Drive. Reason being, it's incredible that he even made it on my list this year. I think dude did an incredible job. And I feel that just him being on my list in and of itself is incredible. I think that he did a great job with this album, sound wise, sonically, lyrically. He also spit on Fire Squad. Oh my god, that was probably one of the dopest lines I heard this year from J. Cole, and basically any artist really. But I feel that J. Cole, how he did it, we did it with class. What he said in Fire Squad, he did it with class, on top of, giving some truth to the situation.
Yeah, definitely smart.
Because, some people say that, it takes away, the emotion when you say it's a joke. But the thing is, he caught himself by actually saying all good jokes, have truth in it. And that was that's a true statement, What he was saying, wasn't too far gone. And I actually respect J. Cole for even pointing out that fact. A lot of people are also, overlooking. But it's not really a problem. It's just an observation. You know what I'm saying? As long as artists are actually, legit when it comes to their art, I can respect that. That's why I respect an artist like Justin Timberlake or an Eminem, or hell, maybe even a Macklemore from time to time. They all are, genuine people. They're all honest about it. But when it comes to Iggy Azalea, that's another thing for another time. I'm not even gonna get on her. No shade at all. I'm just saying, if it comes from a genuine place, I'll accept it. And I feel that, J. Cole did a great job of pointing out the fact of what's going on. And I thought that was really bold of him, and he got my respect from that. Number 7 on my list is The Waters by Mick Jenkins. This cat here, man, he really caught my eye with his with one of his projects called Trees and Truth. when I listened to The Waters, man, most consistent album I've heard this year, or one of the most consistent albums I've heard this year. As far as the sound, sonically, it stayed, it stayed together, and it just kept flowing. It was almost, it reminds you of water, and the whole metaphor about water was really dope. As far as, it being, meaning truth, it's something that the body needs, and, mentally and physically, And I felt that, Mick Jenkins, how he spits and what he spits, it requires multiple listens, because he'll say some shit that will go smooth over your head, and then the next time you listen to it, he's like, oh shit, that was ridiculous. Incredible as far as his delivery is concerned, his artistry is concerned, and I think, he's one of those artists that just needs, the attention that he deserves. That's why he got the list, got on my list for number 7.
Definitely.
Did he check out Mick Jenkins at all? Anything?
Yeah, I felt like it was a bit too experimental for me. I tried to give it a few listens, but it just wasn't hitting. I think he was trying to go too far left.
And that's understandable. That's exactly how I felt with, actually, when I was listening to it. It was actually really far. I love far left shit. I love shit that is not inside the box. You know what I'm saying? I love that different shit. And I felt that Mick Jenkins, he nailed that shit, for me at least. That brings me to my number 6, Acid Beth, and I'm gonna butcher this name. I think it's Quirky, or Quark. I don't know. All I know is that this is a instrumental album, and oh my god, the beats on here are incredible. I think it's like 4 or 5 beats. It's incredible. It's something that, it's not hip hop at all. It's definitely electronic music, and it's crazy. I can't even explain what I'm even listening to. I can't even say that this is, in a field of Flying Lotus or anything like that. This is some left field type shit. So approach this with caution. Absolutely. This is something that you have more than likely, most people who just, listen to rather, hip hop and R&B or pop music or rock, they're going to listen to this and be like, what the fuck am I listening to? And it took me a couple more listens to actually realize, damn, this is some, way left field shit, but I like it, because just the beats, the bass, the sounds that you're listening to, it takes you somewhere. You start, it's just weird. It's some weird stuff, and I love the hell out of it for it. Takes me to my number 5, Pinata, Cocaine Pinata, Freddie Gibbs and Madlib, man. This was a great collaboration. I felt that, Freddie Gibbs, as an artist, I was just like, okay, Freddie Gibbs wasn't really, hot off him like that. But Madlibs is that dude. I always fuck with Madlibs. Madlibs was that man. He's that dude. And I'm thinking, okay, well, if in fact they're going to collab, it's got to be about something. And it was about something, as far as, staying to their own character. And Freddie Gibbs actually holding his own was incredible to me. He actually was spitting. He was delivering. He fit on the beats. Madlib stayed true to his sound, and it just all fit together. It was an excellent listen. I had so much fun listening to this. It stuck with me. It really stuck with me. Brings to my number 4, Quest, Searching Sylvan. Holy shit. This is literally the little brother to Good Kid, Mad City for me. Because this is literally, like, as far as how it was put together, the storyline, this could be a spin-off of Good Kid, Mad City, if you will.
You in that same...
Yes, it's in that same struggle. You got a kid who has big dreams, who also, of course, is wrapped up in the wrong shit, and, is trying to find himself. And, man, this kid here, how it starts off very mellow, and, it brings you in. It has some nice jazz, instrumentals in there, and it's a nice mix of course, hip hop and everything. It's just all the way through is really smooth, and then you get these hard hitting tracks that just stick, for me at least. It really stuck. It started off with Automatic, and that is when it dragged me in. Whether I liked it or not, I've had to listen to the rest of the album, and it was an incredible ride. It was dope as hell. Quest, he deserves the love, man. Honest to God, this dude's been around for a while. He should be getting a lot more, attention for him. He did a damn good job, and I feel that anybody who loves hip hop should give this at least a listen. Absolutely. That brings me to my number 3, which is "And Then You Shoot Your Cousin" by The Roots. this was, man, it was the best way I can actually explain this is it's kind of like a Broadway show, but it's like not Broadway, more so of like opera meets hip hop type of deal, meets jeez, a lot of other things actually. It's one of those albums that it almost kind of makes you think that, you know, is this even hip hop anymore? Like, what is this? You know, of course they're rapping and everything, but they're adding so much shit to it that it's almost like, damn, this needs its own like genre. Like, it's so hard to just really explain when it comes to the Roots. The Roots come back with, you know, just project after project, just incredible, just, you know, music. And some people, you know, it flies over their heads, and, you know, some people, you know, for whatever reason that may be. But the Roots still has all the respect from me. And Then You Shoot Your Cousin is one of the dopest projects of this year. Do you have a chance to listen to that at all?
The Roots, for me, in general, as a band artist, like, I've never really been able to get into them album-wise.
Yeah.
Songs, for sure.
Oh, yeah.
But I just feel like they are a group that they're very polarized. You either like them or you don't like them.
Oh, God, yeah. That's the damn
talented.
truth. Yes.
I don't take that away.
Oh, yeah, that's the damn truth. Oh, yes.
But in terms of hip hop and really getting into them, they're one of the artists where you have to, because they have such a range of topics, from politics.
Oh, yeah.
race.
Oh, yeah.
You know, not your typical like rapper group where they talk about guns and sex and violence and stuff, but they want to talk about stuff that's going to uplift you.
Oh,
I feel like if you're not in that mindset,
yeah, absolutely, yes.
You're not gonna,
yes, you're not gonna. Not at all, and that's a damn truth too. That is a damn truth. So always, you know, people are watching this, take that into consideration, because this is not also for everybody. This is me. Okay, this is what I liked. All right, and if you want to give it a listen, absolutely do that. But you got to be in the right mindset, like you said, you got to be, because this is some other shit. It had to happen. You're Dead, Flying Lotus was incredible. One of my favorite projects was Cosmogrammar. You're Dead was like one big beat, you know, and it was just linked together like train tracks, and it was just moving. It's just chugging along the entire time. The jazz influences, the jazz instrumentation was incredible, and just how Flying Lotus does his thing, man, with his beats and his signature, you know, sound. He just takes it and runs with it, man, throughout the entire album. He has features on this with like of Kendrick Lamar, even Snoop Dogg, and of course he raps himself like as Captain Murphy on this, and it's incredible. It's incredible to listen to, and it's like one of those albums where it's literally like a roller coaster ride. You look at the roller coaster and you say, man, we're gonna be in the air for a long time, and it's over in no time, and you want to get back on the ride, listen to it again, and experience it again. It's just that good. It's that good of an album. I feel that Flying Lotus, man, yeah, he don't get old for me. He don't get old for me at all.
Flying Lotus, I definitely dug the Snoop Dogg song. I definitely dug the Kendrick Lamar song.
Yeah, absolutely.
I skimmed it. Because Flying Lotus, like I said, is another one of those artists just like the Roots, where very polarized. You either like or you don't.
Oh yeah.
He's been around for a while, just like Roots has been around for a while. But just from a commercial standpoint, I just feel like he has his niche fans, his heart fans. But I wasn't with him in the beginning. So in terms of like going across and listening to everything he puts out now,
absolutely,
I feel like it wouldn't really be fair, because you know, you got to start a journey with this rather than kind of jump on whatever they're putting out now, and I feel like I don't want to be that kind of fan.
What I loved about that Kendrick Lamar track is it kind of, you know, sparked an idea for me that, man, hopefully in the near future they can also do a collaboration album. I'd hurt myself getting to the damn store to buy that shit, I swear to God. But brings me to my number one. I can't even, I ain't got the words. She's incredible. She's incredible to me. I feel that her sound is completely different from what I've heard all year. And that is LP1 FKA Twigs. Okay, this chick has been getting a lot of attention from artists like T-Pain and stuff. They've been trying to, you know, spread her stuff around, and she's getting, of course, mixed reviews. She's getting a lot of mixed reviews from people who listen to music, and I understand why, because she is very different. Her sound is very different. Her vocally she's incredible vocally. She's, you know, of course, high soprano. She has incredible voice, and LP1, man, was just incredible to me. I kept playing it over and over again. The beat structure sonically was very consistent throughout, and it was one of those projects that stuck with me, and you know, I had to buy the album. Incredibly done. I liked her past projects as well, EP1, EP2. My favorites out of those two was EP2. I felt that she was really growing then, and then this was just her, you know, big finale for me, and it was really good. I can't wait for some more projects from FKA Twigs in the future. She is incredible. If you haven't listened to her, I highly advise that you do. And you know, if you don't like her, that's okay. If you do like her, that's awesome as well.
I actually, it's something that you bring her up as your number one. Mm-hmm. I actually listened to her because of the reaction. Yeah, I just like her album, and I listened to your reaction, and I went back and listened to her album, and I was like, I see what he's saying. Mm-hmm. I listened to it, and I'm like, yeah, I definitely feel this. Mm-hmm. It's different. Mm-hmm. Definitely takes some getting used to, mm-hmm. but I liked it enough to where I'm like, okay, I can sit through this album. Sure.
Oh yeah.
And it's definitely an album to still get hyped to, and
yes, it did.
I hope, you know, I can hear more from her in the future.
Absolutely.
But she has great potential.
She has, I'm telling you, a lot of potential, and that's what, you know, she's been showing a lot of that for the last couple of years, and, you know, this just really, you know, it puts a stamp on it for me. The thing about her is, it's understandable if people don't gravitate to her right now, but I can almost guarantee you in the future, her sound may actually catch on a lot more because of its difference and how, you know, it kind of resembles some kind of, you know, 90s R&B-ish, but then with some type of futuristic spin on it, which is really cool. Yeah. I felt that was hella dope and very well executed on her part. And her producers are, you stay with them. They did a damn good job. I love how she puts her stuff together, man. It just makes me go back to her music and listen to it over and over again. And I
think she's definitely an artist that people can catch on to her probably within this year. Mm-hmm. If they didn't catch on to her when she first came out, they'll definitely catch on to her.
Oh yeah,
coming.
Oh yeah, absolutely. She's one of those artists, man. I definitely dug that, man. I got honorable mentions. I got a whole list of honorable mentions. I'm just gonna skim through these. You know, give them some. You know. So yeah, no specific order at all. Just these are just honorable mentions that if in fact I had like a top 20 or something, these would probably be making on the list. But Clippings, self-titled album, that was actually dope. That surprised me. YG, My Crazy Life, actually surprised the shit out of me. I was not expecting it to be that good. I've listened to that a couple more times since it was released, and I also bought the album. It wasn't a bad album at all. I actually really dug that. Sylvia demo, Isaiah Rashad, that was dope. I can't wait for an album from him in the near future. Of course, Logic, Under Pressure. I really wish he could have been on my list. If I had a top 20, he would absolutely be on it. I think he had a great year and a great album. Big Crit, Catalactica. Awesome album. I really appreciate Big Crit for that one. He did a damn good job with that. A lot of people have been asking me about Tory Lanez. Yes, I do fuck with Tory Lanez, absolutely. And Chixtape 2 is an honorable mention. Man, let me talk about this one real quick. Chixtape 2 brought me back to when I was a kid. Yeah, that brought me back when I was a kid, man. With all the 90s, with nostalgia in it. Yes, 90s samples, 90s R&B samples. All that sample killed me. It absolutely killed me. It absolutely killed me. It killed me. When I first heard that, I was pissed that I did not give my reaction to it. I was that mad at myself. I said, yo, I should have waited. I should have waited for somebody to fucking give me, some type of, hey, you should listen to this. And it was too late. Of course, right after I listened to it, everybody wants me to listen to it now. And I was like, fuck, it is too late. I've already listened to it. That album was awesome. And I am so sorry that I did not give my reaction to that. That was off the chain. Hell Can Wait, Vince Staples. That was dope. I actually enjoyed that album. Place Like This, My Gia Jordan. Absolutely. And a lot of people were asking me about G-Eazy. I was listening to his album as well. That was awesome. These things happen. I was also dope. G-Eazy, you know, gets a little respect from me. Can't wait for some other albums from him as well in the near future. But yeah, those are my honorable mentions, and that's my top 10. So,
all right, well, thank you, Quint, for
having me. Absolutely, man. I'm pleasure to have you. All right, you did a damn good job, man. With the top 10 of 2014. Hope everyone had an excellent year, man, and looking forward to 2015. Hopefully we can do this again, Neil, man. I really appreciate you, dude. Really appreciate you.
All right, man.
So, yeah. Till next time, man. It's your boy, Big Quint. Indeed. Big Quint. Indeed.